In this video I will explain about how Bitcoin cryptocurrency works. If you like this video, please click on the like button and share. Let's start the video. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that operates without the need for intermediaries, such as banks or governments, and allows for peer-to-peer transactions. The underlying technology that powers Bitcoin is called blockchain, which is a distributed ledger that records all transactions and is maintained by a network of nodes. Bitcoin transactions are validated and recorded on the blockchain by a process called mining, which is performed by specialized computers on the network. In this process, miners solve complex mathematical puzzles to validate transactions and add them to the blockchain. In exchange for their efforts, miners are rewarded with newly minted bitcoins. To understand how Bitcoin works and how mining works, we need to dive into the technical details of the system. Bitcoin works on a distributed network of nodes, where each node stores a copy of the blockchain, which is a public ledger of all transactions that have ever taken place on the network. Transactions are initiated by users who create a digital signature using their private key, which is then broadcast to the network for verification. When a transaction is broadcast to the network, it is validated by a group of nodes called miners. These miners compete to validate the transaction by solving a complex mathematical puzzle that requires significant computational power. The first miner to solve the puzzle and validate the transaction is rewarded with newly minted bitcoins, as well as any transaction fees associated with the transaction. Once a transaction has been validated and added to the blockchain, it becomes a permanent record that cannot be altered or deleted. This means that the blockchain serves as a tamper-proof ledger of all transactions on the network, providing transparency and accountability. Now, let's dive into the details of Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is the process by which new bitcoins are created and transactions are validated on the network. It involves solving complex mathematical puzzles using specialized computer hardware. The first step in Bitcoin mining is to acquire specialized hardware called application-specific integrated circuits (ASICs), which are designed specifically for mining Bitcoin. These ASICs are expensive and consume a significant amount of electricity to operate. Once a miner has acquired the necessary hardware, they join a mining pool, which is a group of miners who work together to solve the mathematical puzzles and share the rewards. The pool is managed by a pool operator who distributes the work and rewards among the participants. The mathematical puzzles that miners solve are called hash functions, which are a type of mathematical algorithm that takes an input and produces a fixed-size output. In the case of Bitcoin, the input is a block of transactions, and the output is a unique code called a hash. The puzzle that miners solve requires them to find a specific hash that meets certain criteria. This process involves repeatedly generating hashes until one is found that meets the criteria, which requires significant computational power and energy. The first miner to find the correct hash is rewarded with newly minted bitcoins, as well as any transaction fees associated with the transactions in the block. The reward for solving a block is currently 6.25 bitcoins, but this amount is halved every 210,000 blocks, which occurs roughly every 4 years. This is known as the Bitcoin halving event. As more miners join the network and compete to solve the puzzles, the difficulty of the puzzles increases to ensure that new blocks are added to the blockchain at a consistent rate. This difficulty adjustment is automatic and is based on the amount of computational power dedicated to mining on the network. In summary, Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that operates on a distributed network of nodes and uses blockchain technology to provide transparency and accountability. Bitcoin mining is the process by which new bitcoins are created and transactions are validated on the network, and it involves solving complex mathematical puzzles using specialized computer hardware. If you like this information, please give like and share the video with your friends. Thank you.